May 1274 BCE, dust clouds rise over the Orontes River in Syria as Pharaoh Ramesses II realizes he has walked into a trap. Two captured Hittite scouts just confessed under torture. The enemy army is not 120 miles north as his intelligence claimed. King Muwatalli II waits with 37,000 soldiers and 2,500 chariots hidden behind the city walls of Kadesh, barely a mile away. Ramesses has only his household guard. His main army marches hours behind, strung out across the desert. The greatest pharaoh of Egypt stands moments from annihilation. The road to Kadesh begins 15 years earlier, when Ramesses II inherits the throne from his father, Seti I, in 1279 BCE. Egypt controls a vast empire stretching from Nubia to the borders of modern-day Turkey. But one enemy threatens everything: the Hittite Empire, based in Anatolia. For generations, both superpowers fight for control of Syria, the wealthy crossroads connecting Mediterranean trade routes. Kadesh, a fortress city on the Orontes River, changes hands repeatedly. Seti I captures it during his reign, but the Hittites retake it before his death. The 24-year-old Ramesses inherits this unfinished war. He spends his first years consolidating power, building monuments, and preparing the largest military expedition Egypt has ever assembled. In spring 1274 BCE, he marches north with 20,000 soldiers, divided into 4 divisions, named after the gods: Amun, Ra, Ptah, and Seth. Ramesses pushes his Amun division ahead of the main force, eager to reach Kadesh and claim glory. On the morning of the battle, 2 Bedouin tribesmen approach the Egyptian camp, claiming to be deserters from the Hittite army. They report that King Muwatalli fears the Egyptian advance and has retreated north to the city of Aleppo, 120 miles away. Ramesses believes them. He orders his army to continue its spread-out march while he races ahead with just 2,000 men. The Bedouins are Hittite agents. Muwatalli has positioned his entire force, 37,000 infantry, and the largest chariot corps ever assembled in the ancient Near East, behind Kadesh's eastern walls. When Egyptian scouts capture 2 actual Hittite soldiers and beat the truth from them, Ramesses grasps the magnitude of his error. He sends urgent messengers to hurry his trailing divisions, but time has run out. Muwatalli launches 2,500 chariots across the Orontes River. They smash into the Ra division as it marches toward camp, scattering the Egyptian soldiers into panicked flight. The chariots wheel north and strike Ramesses' position. His household guard breaks. Officers flee. The pharaoh finds himself surrounded by enemy chariots with only his personal bodyguard and a handful of soldiers. Egyptian accounts describe Ramesses calling upon Amun for strength, then charging alone into the Hittite ranks with his war chariot. Whether divine intervention or desperate courage, he survives long enough for reinforcements to arrive. A contingent of allied troops from the coastal region reaches the battlefield and strikes the Hittite flank. The arriving Ptah division crashes into the enemy rear. Muwatalli's charioteers, many of whom stopped to loot the Egyptian camp, find themselves caught between converging forces. As evening falls, both armies withdraw. The Hittites hold Kadesh. The Egyptians hold the field south of the city. Neither side wins. Ramesses lacks the strength to besiege Kadesh. Muwatalli cannot destroy the Egyptian army. Both kings retreat to their capitals and begin the strangest competition in ancient history. Each declares total victory. Ramesses commissions the largest propaganda campaign the ancient world has ever seen. He covers the walls of Karnak, Luxor, Abu Simbel, and the Ramesseum with massive reliefs showing himself single-handedly routing the Hittite army. The accompanying text describes his personal heroism in extravagant detail. Meanwhile, in Hattusa, Muwatalli records that he defeated the Egyptians and held Kadesh. Cuneiform tablets preserve Hittite claims of triumph. For 15 years, both empires maintain this fiction, while fighting sporadic border wars neither can win. The resolution comes not through battle, but diplomacy. In 1259 BCE, a new Hittite king named Hattusili III faces threats from Assyria to his east. Ramesses, now in his 40s, grows weary of endless campaigning. The two rulers negotiate history's first recorded peace treaty. Silver tablets bearing identical text in Egyptian hieroglyphics and Hittite cuneiform establish permanent borders, mutual defense obligations, and extradition agreements. The treaty holds for the remaining decades of both empires' existence. Ramesses even marries Hattusili's daughter, cementing the alliance with royal blood. The pharaoh who covered Egypt with lies about his greatest victory achieves something more lasting than military conquest. 70 years of peace between the Bronze Age's mightiest powers. He rules until 1213 BCE. Dying at approximately 90 years old, still surrounded by his own propaganda. The temple walls proclaiming his triumph at Kadesh stand to this day, monuments not to victory, but to a king who understood that history belongs to those who write it loudest.